Yo, if you're anything like me, insecurities, worries, anxieties are a big part of your life. And at that, a part of your life you wish you didn't have. Now, it's important to recognize that negative emotions and these worries that we experience can be harnessed and used positively. They do have a purpose. They can, whether it hurts or not, bring us into a position where we choose to improve ourselves and become better. A perfect example could be if you are insecure about your body and you choose to go to the gym and get a better body as a result of that, that's good. But if you're someone who experiences these feelings, you know that it doesn't end there, and it doesn't end at that. And following on with this example, the likelihood is that you'll just want to get more and more muscle. You just want to get better and better, and that won't be enough. And you'll have your own insecurity on that. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this today is because it's such a never ending cycle when it comes to insecurity if you let it be so. As I say, you can get what you like, but if it's rooted in this insecurity and this anxiety, whatever you have, which you said was enough, won't be enough. There are things underneath that need to be sorted first. That in itself is going to be a topic for another video because I'm not informed enough to tell you about that. But I would like to say a prevalent lesson that I've learned when it comes to my own insecurities and how they're reflected on the rest of the world is not to overestimate everyone else and underestimate yourself. Now, what I mean by that is we go through life assuming that everyone else has it sorted out. Everyone else has the thing. You look at someone else and think, oh, you obviously don't have the issues I have. Look at your body. And as I say, we don't acknowledge we might not be in the best shape. That other person might be in fantastic condition. And we automatically think, they've got the answer to the problem that I want to solve. They must be good. And we don't realize that it's reasonably likely in today's world that that person is experiencing the same level of anxiety as you, just they're wanting to get bigger and bigger, you're wanting to get slimmer and slimmer. That's just the example. When we put people on these pedestals and think that everyone else has things sorted out, it only adds to the scrutiny in our heads, and it only makes the feelings that we're experiencing worse because we feel like we aren't useful, and we feel like, well, why we can't do it, everyone else can do it, but we can't do it, and it puts you below. And that's never going to help. There's never going to be an instance in which looking at yourself in that light is ever going to be anything but hurtful and conducive to worse feelings down the line. And more so, not to underestimate yourself. It's especially in the self-improvement industry and choosing to improve yourself, there's not much time given towards look where I was, look where I am, look how well I've done. That way of thinking is not something that's spoken about in this realm very much at all. And I understand that because the very essence of improving is that you constantly want to be better, you want to be as good as you can. And there's a falsehood to that people don't realize, in the sense that you can never get to that goal. That goal doesn't exist. It's the carrot on the stick. You cannot reach it because the iterations of yourself as you improve want the next improvement and the next improvement and the next improvement. It's why you look at people like one of my personal heroes, an idol of mine, David Goggins, and he's still doing all the things that you and I can look and go, God, look at all you've done. Take a break. You can't. It's when your life is embedded in a let's get better, better doesn't ever be attained. You improve, but you never there's not a satisfaction that comes with the improvement. So it is important to stop and actually look at yourself and appreciate what you've done and appreciate where you've got to. And as a result of that, don't underestimate yourself. You know, an example that's of mine is I'll go into a room full of people and I will feel lesser than these people. I'll feel I don't have anything interesting to add to the conversation. I'm not as good looking as that person, or I don't get along with that person as well as that person does. And I negatively look at myself compared to everyone else in the room. And I don't credit myself for the good parts, you know, and that is a breeding ground for these insecurities that we experience on a day-to-day basis. So I urge you just to take some time to compliment yourself and to realize what you've done. And ultimately, I think this is one of the best ways of curing insecurities, is to realize that you are capable. You know, when people feel they're fundamentally unattractive, having someone be reinforced with evidence, this happens a lot in women's world, of they feel so unbelievably unattractive, but then you look and go, yeah, but every single guy in here would love to date you, so you obviously can't be that unattractive. And finding those evidence for your positives and for what you are valuable for is just a basic requirement in order to get rid of this anxiety. When you put the facts in front of you, they're undeniable. It's having a stack of undeniable evidence as to who you are is a surefire way of beating that feeling. And as I say, this is what I'm bringing it round to, is don't underestimate yourself. Don't think that you are no more than the runt of the litter, the one that can't do anything right, can't ever get it right. Look at yourself in a realistic light and bring the facts forward. No one ever improved and was happy in the process by scrutinizing themselves on a constant basis and never giving themselves any time to congratulate and enjoy what they've worked hard to attain. So enjoy what you work hard to attain. And I hope, as much as I hope for myself, that this helps.